Hey. So here when I do Chibi, yeah, this isn't gotcha, it's Chibi. So don't worry, got your back. Okay, I'm sorry, that was stupid. So when I do Chibi, I just have a hairline that's really simple, which is that line that you saw. And then I first start off with the bangs, and then I do the back hair. And then I do the rear hair. A lot of people like to work from front to back, but I like to work front to very back, then hop back in the middle, because it's confusing. Also, I just find it easier that way. But you can draw it in whichever way you want. The thing that I like about when I do Chibi style is that I make it a lot more simple. So yeah, I just make ginormous shapes and then later I will break them up if I want to. So when you're doing hair, just think of it in bigger chunks, like... Okay, so anyways, I just skipped right on to doing the line art because I ain't gonna waste my time. No, I'm not gonna waste your time because line art is a bitch and it takes a very long time, for me at least. So I just selected the inside of the hair, as you can see. So I was planning on making it pink at first, but then I decided to make it blue. Because I find blue it's a pretty neutralish color. I just find it like the easiest thing to color in. Like if I had to color anything, I would choose blue. Because I feel like there's lots and lots of shades and different like... You know what, that sounds really fucking stupid. There's lots of shades of every color. Anyways, ignore that. I hear chickens outside. I'm born on the year of a chicken, by the way. But I ain't no chicken. What? Nah. I used to be jealous of this kid that was born on the year of the tiger because I thought that was cool. It's the year of the tiger now, isn't it? So anyway, choosing blue. And when you choose a base color, I make it just slightly less like saturated than I would. So I then alpha lock it, choose a bright blue color, and color the top of the head in this bright color, and then I use a darkish purple at the bottom. I usually like to kind of mix different colors together, and then I also put the skin color onto the bangs. Like if you're doing blue, I like to mix blue stuff with purple, and if I'm doing green, if I'm doing green, I like to mix a little yellow in there. Like it helps to mix different hues. So on another layer, on a multiply layer. But first on a multiply layer, we clip it to the hair, then we select the brightest color on the hair that we have right now, which would be at the very top. So, and if you don't find it nearly as bright enough, then you can just select something else from your color wheel. And now I'm just like going in and kind of accentuating or bringing out those little cracks and stuff because I find it better. So anyways, you can skip this part and it'll turn out okay, but I just like to do this part anyway. Also, what's that hair stuff called? Vents? I like those hair vents. They're nice. I have hair vents. So, yeah. The next thing I find the shading part really therapeutic. For some people, they find it hell. But I find it therapeutic because I kind of just have to follow the guidelines of the line art in the sketch that I already made, so it's okay. I'm opening the car door because I need breeze. I'm suffocating and dying in here. Anyways, when you're shading, it's nice to use different thicknesses of brushes. Like I used to use a thin brush, a thicker brush. Like you notice how my brush goes thick to thin, then thick to thin, and thin to thick? Yeah, I just find it a lot nicer. It is so fucking hot, and it does not help that I dress like an emo child in all black. I am trying to fix my wardrobe, I swear. So I bought a bunch of pastel clothes, but they were sweaters. So that was pretty smart. It's pretty fucking stupid. So making another layer, setting it to multiply, clipping it, and then just going right across the bangs. And creating a big shadow. then across the rear hair, and then across the back hair. I like to make the bangs, rear hair, and back hair all on different levels, because it makes it seem a little more, it gives it more depth, is what I mean. So yeah, do that. And then with a smudge brush, I like to push down the middle of each of the shadows. Like in each lock of hair, you can see where the locks of hair are. I just push it down and I adjust the size of the brush because I just want to do one big push or a bunch of like tiny pushes. You see that? So the goal of this is to make it a little more smudged down a bit. Yeah. Imagine if I talked like that the entire time. So now I'm going over the top of the hair and kind of creating these squares, these messy squares at the top, because that's an anime style and that's what we're doing. Then we're smudging the bottom of those anime squares. We're then choosing a darker blue, much darker blue. And then we are going over the cracks that we feel like should be darker. I'm right now touching up the bangs because shading is all about layering, no matter what medium you're using, I think. But in paint, well, I think, dang man, in markers and in digital, it is really good to start layering your shadows. Is it the same in every medium? I don't know. I don't use any other medium aside from markers, pens, and pencils sometimes, and digital. Making a new layer, setting it to clipping, again, of course. And getting an even lighter color. A lighter color than absolutely everything. Make sure it's saturated though. And then creating the messy little squares, but at the bottom of those big shadowy squares. Well, I just closed the car door. Now I'm stuck in here forever. Then we are smudging the top of the shiny layers up, shiny squares up. And then with our little brush, we are going over the edges of certain locks of hair to try to really bring it out and make it look super shiny. I really like this look. Someone before told me that it looked all plasticky and didn't look very nice, but you know what? Fuck them. I think it looks nice. Of course, they're entitled to their opinion, but so am I. But I mean, like, come on, don't like come over to someone else's work and just be like, you know, it doesn't look very nice. It looks plasticated. It's like, okay. So I just selected the hair. Then with an overlay layer, I am getting a dark blue. And getting a light blue and just going over the parts that I feel like should be lighter. And then getting an orange and just going over the bangs a bit. And then back to that blue and just going over the parts that I feel like should be more blue. And pretty. Everything's blue. What am I saying? Making a new layer above absolutely everything. Getting our little brush, and then we are just color dropping the colors around and creating these little hair strands, because the person's comment got to me, okay? It makes it look a little less plastic-ish. Yeah. It makes it look a lot more natural and kind of flowy and soft. Everyone wants soft, flowy hair. I just washed my hair, so it feels like a bristle. It feels like horse's hair. You ever feel horse's hair? Feels terrible. A little real life hair tip. Try to use jojoba oil into your damp hair. It makes it nice and soft. My stomach hurts. So now it's a good idea not to just have one color of your hair strands, but to go around in a bunch of places and color pick, because variety. I said it, ladies and gentlemen, variety. Yes. Variety of hair strands. Beautiful, gorgeous, Wow, look at that. Wow, I really thought I did something there, huh? Just going over the parts that I feel like should be darker or lighter, and just kind of touching things up a bit. Just some final rendering tips. Tips? Yeah. Making a new layer above everything, setting it to add, getting an orange color, and using an airbrush right at the face and at the back of the hair. And then it looked very pretty. So thank you so much for watching. I am falling asleep as we speak. Good night. It is 1 p.m. so I am not going to be able to sleep because it's the middle of the day, but good night.